Hello there, it's Gabby here from Confidence After Cancer, and this podcast is all about positive mental attitude. Is positive thinking enough to get you through a cancer diagnosis and through the treatment afterwards? And also, I'm going to consider, is it possible to be positive when you feel so bad? When you've had that diagnosis that tells you that you've had cancer, and quite possibly you may be going to die, how can you be really positive about that? And my thoughts are actually it's more than positive mental attitude is going to get you through this. The sad fact is we're all going to die sooner or later. Now, for those of us with a cancer diagnosis, that realisation has been brought into sharp focus. As soon as we get that diagnosis, there are a lot of questions about how long have I got? What will my life be like? How can I stay positive when I've had this terrible thing that I've gone through? And you may be feeling devastated in so many ways, emotionally, physically, financially, so many ways, devastated from the cancer treatment that you've had. So how would you stay looking on the bright side? What is there to be positive about? And it also raises the thought to me, well, what about the people who don't survive cancer? Is that because they're not positive enough? And I hear sometimes some of the language around cancer is quite strong. It's about she fought a brave battle. And I struggle with that a little bit because I think, well, what about the people that don't survive? Were they not brave enough? Did they not try hard enough? And I don't really believe that. I think we all want to thrive when treatment ends, don't we? But what is the best thing to do? There's so many things that you can start doing when you end your treatment. But what is the thing that's going to help you? What's the thing that's going to save you? Is it changing your diet? Is it taking supplements? Avoiding certain foods? Eliminating sugar, dairy, meat? What should you do? Should you abstain from alcohol? Should you lose weight? Now, while some of those things may or may not be appropriate for you, they're not the biggest thing that you need to do, in my opinion. If you're a cancer survivor, you will know that cancer equals fear. So really, the most important thing you can do is to let go of that fear. Working on your mindset is the most important thing you can do for your recovery, in my opinion. You see, cancer is all about fear. That's all it is. It's everywhere you look. Cancer equals fear. But you weren't meant to live in a state of fear. That is not a space where you thrive. I talked before about stress and the bad effects that can have on your body. And it's exactly the same with fear. That constant dread that you feel is not enabling you to live your best life. And I'm not saying it's always easy, but as a cancer survivor, you're no different. You don't want to live in fear. That's not life, is it? That's not living. And in order for you to completely recover and to stay well and stay healed, stay in remission, you need to step outside of this fear. You cannot allow it to take over your mind. And I get that that's sometimes easier said than done. There's a lot of fear about recurrence or anxiety or the poor me, why me, that some cancer survivors get sucked into. But it's all about how you break free. It's all about mindset. You can control your mind. It's not always easy, but you can do it. And that is just as important as the physical recovery of cancer. Mindset recovery is just as important. Okay. You can work on your mindset. And as I said, it might not be easy. You may need to do some things that you've never done before. Explore some new avenues. Isn't it worth it? I'm going to be giving you some of those avenues in this podcast. But what I can tell you is a negative attitude won't get you into full wellness. And I don't think it will get you into enjoying life again. So why don't we choose to be positive? And let's make this journey more pleasurable. Life isn't fair. I understand that more than anybody you know. Bad things happen to good people. It's really not fair sometimes. And what do they say? You can't always choose the cards that you get dealt, but you can choose how you play them. Bit cheesy, but it's so true. So yes, let's choose happiness. And one of the things that you can do to help cultivate an attitude of positivity is to focus on gratitude for what you do have. And that's really difficult sometimes when you're thinking, well, this is really not fair and I'm not in a good place. But I have worked to create a habit of gratitude. I've cultivated this habit because at one time I was in a cycle of absolute despair. And this really, really helped me. is a practice called thinking and thanking. And so I started off having to make a conscious effort, but it's almost become subconscious now. And so every morning before I get out of bed, before I put my feet on the ground, I think about 10 things that I can be thankful for. It can be really small things, it can be big things, it doesn't matter. But just listing off 10 things. I'm really grateful, I'm thankful for my family, I'm thankful I've got a roof over my head. Whatever it is, I'm thankful I've got food in the fridge, I'm thankful that I've got some clothes to put on. Whatever it is, you could say I'm thankful for my job. You might not like your job, but if you've got a job, you can say I'm thankful for whatever it is you've got around you. But to me, if you start looking for things to be grateful for, it focuses your mind. And you cannot think about fear and you cannot think about gratitude at exactly the same time. So which one are you going to choose? And I'm really not saying that I think you should count yourself lucky. What I'm saying is by focusing on what's going right in your life and relaxing into that, you let your brain and your subconscious mind let go of that fear. You're not living in fear. You are living in gratitude for your recovery. You're living in gratitude for all the great things you've got in your life. And you are ready for more good things. So thinking and thanking is a great way to start the day. But it's also a great way to end the day. And I kind of think this is a little bit like when I was small, I was made to say my prayers, which was always a bit of a chore. But it's a lovely way to end the day by thinking and thanking everything you're grateful for, whether you believe in God or not, or the universe, or you just want to thank your family or your friends. Thank yourself, or thank your medical team, whoever you want to thank. Thinking and thanking for all the nice things that you've got in your life. Everything that happened to you that day, again, could be small things. But try and get yourself into that space when before you're almost asleep. So you're not quite awake and you're not quite asleep. And I think they call it theta brain waves. If you can go to bed with a smile on your face in that space, thinking and thanking, hopefully you might have a nice night's sleep. And hopefully your body, while you're in that deep, beautiful sleep, will start repairing itself, one little cell at a time. And the other top tip I would give you is just to focus on one day at a time. So let's just focus on making today a good day. This is good if you're feeling overwhelmed. Just one day at a time. And do it the same again tomorrow. And again the day after. Before you know it, you've had a good week. And if you keep on doing that, one baby step in front of the other, before you know it, you've had a good month. So let's work on that one step at a time. And so in summary, I really want to say positive thinking is not the cure for cancer, unfortunately. But we're all on a journey. And none of us know the twists and turns that these journeys are going to take. So why not choose to live in great gratitude? Why not choose to be grateful for what you've got? And as always, please reach out to me if you need help with anything, because I'm going to go now and do my thinking and thanking. Thank you for today. And one of the things that I'm grateful for is the power of the internet and the fact that I can speak to you now and I can connect with people. And so I've got a lovely community now of like-minded people. When I finished cancer treatment, I thought there was something wrong with me because I didn't feel good. I felt alone. I felt lonely. I was depressed. And actually now I've connected with other people who I realised felt the same. And between us, I've learned some great strategies and some great tips and techniques for climbing out of that dark hole that I was in. And I'm now building a life that I love. A life that is full of joy and happiness. It's not perfect because nobody's life is perfect. But actually, I'm so grateful for everything I've got in my life. And I'm truly grateful for you for listening to this. Thank you so much, my love. Let's speak soon. Take care. Stay safe. Stay sane. Goodbye. Thank you.